Hello, everyone. So, I think that people as a whole, cats too, are starting to get to a space where they feel comfortable exploring their intuitive abilities. Part of that is animal talk, yes, Vivi. And also, part of that is creating a sacred space. Now, people might ask, what is a sacred space? Why is it important to have a sacred space? Well, a sacred space is probably many things to many different people, but for my purposes, a sacred space is an area that is prepared for spiritual working or in contact with an area that's prepared for contact with your higher self or any higher beings. So, what does it mean to be prepared for this contact? It means that you have placed the intention in all of the areas around you in all the dimensions for a safe and pleasant interaction. It doesn't necessarily mean that something bad is out to get you, or that if you don't create a sacred space that something bad will get you. I've found in lots of my inner and outer travelings that most deities want to help. Most energies, most anything you want to call it, want to help. Most of them. But sometimes we allow our own fears to warp or distort a message, and that isn't always an enjoyable experience. So when we create a sacred space, we are telling ourselves, okay, there is no need to fear while I'm receiving a message, and that this message will be one of, whatever you want. If you want it to be of light and love, or truth, or beauty, or justice, or grace, or mercy, or compassion, whatever you want, it's your sacred space. You can make it have any intentions you want. If you want to create something super scary, you can do that too, and that would be sacred to you as well. It's just taking everything around you and placing your hopes, your intentions onto them. And intentions are a little more than hopes. We are creative beings. So humans are born with this great power to create the world around them. So when we place intentions in something, we are giving those vibrations, those molecules, those atoms, a blueprint for how we see their energy to be utilized. It's just been known throughout the ages to be called intention or sacred space. That's a specific type of intention to create a sacred space. It is an area of protection. So, I know I probably watch more horror movies than I should, so sometimes I end up scaring myself. And if I end up getting, waking up from a bad dream or something and just feeling panicked, I'll create a sacred space because I'm like, oh crap, alright, well, I know nothing but these intentions will be in these molecules in this area around me. So sometimes it's good to call on a sacred space just so you feel safe. Fear can get you anywhere. But you can also transmute fear into peace or bliss or contentment at any time. That is another power of being human. So, okay, on to the next part. How do we create a sacred space? Some people do this very differently than me. Everybody does things differently, and things will always relate to everyone differently. We're all on our own journeys. We're all so unique and wonderful. But one thing I do if I'm in a place where I can openly start dancing or chanting or whatever makes me happy is I will think about that feeling you get when you and someone else are trying to not laugh in a situation. You know how hard it is to not laugh when someone else is like making faces and trying not to laugh too? Well, I think about that and I think about that feeling, and that actually opens up my heart. And so I just hold on to that feeling, and sometimes I will create a triangle shape with my hands, and I will like imagine myself in that triangle. And all around me, I imagine it with light, or I think of that feeling and I put that feeling in the area around me. Visualization is a big tool in helping you manifest anything you want. But people create sacred space with symbols, with chanting, with singing, with drawing, with any kind of energy. It's just you putting your intention into that space. Visualization creates the sacred space. Any of it. So, maybe that helped you some and will help someone grow their abilities. I'm not sure what kind of things people want to know about. So I just chose this one because I normally open a sacred space before conducting any energy work, and I think it's important in creating a safe atmosphere, which is where we all flourish best. We are beings of love. Okay, thanks.